Hello, my name is Liza, and today I'd like to share with you how I made my interpretation of the layered pumpkin that Dollar Tree carried this fall. What you'll need from Dollar Tree, of course, is one of the signs. Then I went and did a Google search to find an image that I wanted to Mod Podge onto my sign. I also used a few sheets of the foil that you can buy at Dollar Tree. And to give it a galvanized tin look, I'm using this embossing folder. And this double-sided tape the Dollar Tree carries is wonderful. I highly recommend. I also had one of these initial garlands left over from the Hobby Lobby clearance last year, so I'll be using that. The first thing I did with a heat gun is I softened all the glue so I could use a spatula to just separate my pieces off of the back of the pumpkin. So once the glue gets hot, it's nice and soft, and it comes off pretty easily without breaking the other pieces of balsa wood. Then I ended up using about 4 pieces of the foil because my embossing folder I think is just like a 6x6. So I cut 4 pieces that were the 6x6, and then with the 2-sided tape I started taping them together, trying to match up the embossed lines, and I made it large enough that it would cover the entire back piece of the pumpkin. So here you can see where the release tape is taken off, and I just laid it on top. Originally I was trying to fold the aluminum foil in half and run it through, but then I realized half of it's upside down, or part of it would be shiny and part of it would not be. So that's why I ended up using 4 sheets of the aluminum foil. So then I made sure that it fit, and then I took that 2-sided tape and I put it actually on the wood because that was easier to work with, and I just made it all go all the way around the perimeter, and then a couple of pieces in the center. Now this is such sticky tape that, you know, be careful when you put your item down on top of it, because it's going to be hard to take that aluminum foil off. But I just laid my aluminum foil down, and then I just laid my pumpkin on top of it. I just felt it would be easier without wrinkling the actual aluminum foil. And I smoothed it all onto it and made sure that it was secure onto the wood. And then I just used a little bit of sandpaper and some scissors, and I just trimmed around the whole entire pumpkin, and my entire pumpkin was covered, and you'd never be able to see where the 4 pieces were glued together. Then I found my Google image, and I printed out a few, and I put my pieces of my pumpkin. I used them to trace so that I would have a good fit. So I did the center, and then I took that off, and then I put the other 2 pieces on. And I did do a little bit of painting on the edges just in case I didn't do a good job when I cut the print and there was no wood showing. And then I also took my beads apart, and I painted my beads the 2 shades of blue that are in the flower. And I just put my beads on some skewers and painted them that way. And then I used some while that was drying, I used some Mod Podge, and I just put my pieces down, my paper down, and then I actually, it fit perfectly. And then I took 2-sided tape, and then I put my wood pieces back on, and then I wanted to decorate my round part of that initial letter, so I had a little wooden shoe stamp because, you know, I'm doing the Dutch theme here, and I stamped it, colored it in, and I just Mod Podged it right to the wooden piece. And then to keep it the galvanized look, I used some of my spare leftover scraps of the aluminum foil and some 2-sided tape, and I covered the sides and the back. Then I got another piece of jute twine, and I restrung my beads, added them to the medallion, and then I added that to my actual pumpkin, added a little bow, and hung it up. And then I had Quarantino look at it from his vantage point in my bathroom, and but he said, wait, I need a drink first, so he took a quick sip, and then he says, I'm pretty pleased with how it came out. So Quarantino and I thank you for watching our video. We hope you liked it. Please give it a thumbs up, and leave us a comment. And as always, if you aren't already subscribing, please consider doing so. Quarantino and I will be back again soon with another project. And if you stay to the end, you'll see he also knocked my pumpkin off my stand. Have a good day. Take care.